Hello everyone, I'm Dotted, and welcome to Satisfactory. This is my first playthrough of the game, so I hope you'll enjoy. I'm going into this with barely any knowledge, so if I do something wrong or stupid, please forgive me. Anywho, let's get into this. We're just gonna go ahead and make a new game and learn as we go. Just name it something memorable real quick, something nice. I do want to add before we get into the video, I accidentally messed up the resolution, so it's going to look just a little stretched vertically. I hope that's okay.
Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute.
Awesome.
Skipping parachute.
Why did it burn?
Landing
No.
phase begun. Activating retro propulsion.
Oh, alright.
Once we landed, I started looking around. A lot of plants. It looks pretty normal, other than the few flying aliens here and there.
In the
Pretty
binary
chill, though.
system of Akicha.
I'm only the third to survive. Oh god.
Adhere to fix-it procedure and equip the Fix-It Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
Xeno Zapper. Hold on. Press tab. Oh. Now that we have a form of defense, it's time to start the game. First thing it tells us to do is delete the drop pod.
Utility base, often referred to as the hub.
Okay. Now, most things are going to come from iron and copper, so I needed to find a good spot to build.
Plans of the planet have revealed sufficient iron sources.
Luckily, this starting area has a copper and iron node right next to each other.
Surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving Fix-It production line efficiency.
I did have to fight to get the iron node though. This was my first alien. Funny enough, this is one of the weaker ones. In the future, there's going to be much worse, more leg type of aliens. Oh god.
Next objective. Use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources. Fix-It does not pay by the kilometer.
I want iron. This is so cool! Does it run forever?
Whoa. I spent a pretty good amount of time just messing around with the hub, just trying to finish it up so it doesn't look all boring.
Interior furnishing completed. The constructor can produce simple parts, and power poles allow for the expansion of the power grid.
It was time to stop mining by hand. I decided to finally pick up those portable miners and put down miner mark 1s.
Perfect.
I also went ahead and put one on the copper node.
Mining machine.
I decided to automate a little bit and just run it all into storage containers. It'll make it easier to grab later, but the next goal is just to build a space elevator. The recipe for the space elevator is pretty simple. The only problem is it takes 500 concrete, 250 plates, 400 rods, and 1500 wire. None of them are really hard, it's just the numbers that are kind of worrying. I don't really want to bore y'all making y'all watch me do all that, so I'm gonna just do a little montage of me getting all the parts and building the factory. I'll see y'all when it's done. This took ages. I should build. It took a little while to build the space elevator, but now that it was finally done, we had to begin phase 1. The only problem being, it needs 50 smart plates. Smart plating. Simple, right? No. You take plating and rods, use the rods to make screws for both motors and reinforced plates, combine them, and you get smart plating. This is my first run-in with screws. I felt that this was going to be a problem in the future due to how many recipes use screws. And on top of having a screw problem, powering my base was also starting to get hard. The biomass generators only use organics, so none of it's exactly automatable. Better conveyors. After unlocking Mark II logistics, I'm able to use better conveyor belts, which means I can produce things faster, because the Mark 1s only do 60 per minute, the Mark 2s do 120. And with that, part assembly is done. Since I unlocked Mark II logistics, and also the assembler that I need to make the smart plates, it was time to build the factory. I'd gotten pretty far with just my little starter factory, but being on the ground, I was starting to lose organization, and I really wanted to have a nice, organized factory. Now, unfortunately, I forgot to record me building the platform. Pretty much, it's just a big square foundation. I put smelters on it, an array, and then a few constructors in front of it. You didn't miss out much, just the platform building. I added a second floor so we could expand upwards. I decided that I was going to do basic assembly below and more complicated stuff above. My factory was split into about 4 different resources: iron sheets, rods, screws, and copper wire. Almost none of my factory was hooked up though. Most of this is just set up. After a whole lot of setup, we finally got to plug everything in. A few things are still not set up correctly, like there might be a few recipes missing, but we could finally just power everything. Oh yeah, and also to fix the power problem, I set up 8 biomass burners below the foundation. Didn't know it was on. So that way we could power the entire base. Please. And after waiting so long, the factory finally is alive. It's being fed all the materials it needs. Most of the belts are like half full because I had a few problems later on that I didn't notice, but I'll fix them later. But in better news, we finally got on the track to finish phase 1. I started making the smart plates. It may be a really slow factory, but it's the factory I made, and that's all that matters, right? I spent the next bit of time while waiting for the factory to finish phase 1, just organizing and trying to get more resources. I tapped more nodes, started filling up belts a bit better. Overall, just a better factory. We finished phase 1. It took forever, but I did it. Okay, let's do this. Oh my god.
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far.
Tier 3. Whole power. Oh my god, yes, I need this. I need this so badly. You would not believe how fast I worked to get this research done. I was tired of chopping down trees. I needed to automate it. So now I can
By burning coal,
get rid of the damn biomass generators I have.
Water is also necessary to...
Remember when I said screws might be a problem? Well, they became a problem. I needed to expand my factory, at least screw-wise. I was making not enough, nowhere near enough. So I made a little extension on the side of the base to make more room for constructors. More screws. Need more screws. You know, Satisfactory just really itches my brain right. You know, Factorio is 2D, but this is like, you can feel the factory. You can walk around inside it. It's like a maze. It was finally time to touch that coal power that I researched. I wandered out into a little lake area that I found. It was right next to some coal nodes, so I decided to make my coal factory here. Now the only problem I had between me and building this power plant was the local ecosystem. I needed to remove every single tree over here, at least enough to make, you know, the power plant. So let's get to it. After clearing for a while, I finally have enough room to build. I did have to store a buttload of leaves and wood though. I could use that later if I need to. I started building the foundation for the power plant. I wasn't gonna take the coal all the way back to my base, but it's easier to take the power lines. I'd run into my first problem with the coal power. I'd placed down 8 power plants, which is perfect for 2 nodes of 60 coal per minute. But it takes 3 water extractors to feed 8 plants. It's an odd number. My makeshift solution to this was just to split the pipes into 2. I still have 3 water extractors, but they just mix a little differently. I drag a power line from here all the way home. We finally don't have to worry about power, at least for a little while. It's automated. When I got home, I also gathered the materials to research steel production. Now we can finally start doing phase 2. Sometimes I just gotta stop and look at the game, because just look at this. It's beautiful. You don't see other games like this, especially the factory games. And just like that, we finished the smart plates for phase 2. That took, honestly, forever. I did not upgrade it too much, so it really was slow. And just to make things easier, I went ahead and deleted all my smart plating production. And I was just going to replace it for the versatile framework. I didn't want to make multiple things at once with how limited cores I have currently. Now, before I went ahead and threw everything away, I decided to beef up the reinforced plate production. The Mark II conveyor belts use mainly reinforced plates as the most expensive item, so I just wanted a surplus. Okay, now we got a versatile framework. You take reinforced plates and iron rods, combine them into modular frames, you add steel, and then you're done. That's all it takes. Ah, time jump. Anywho, I went ahead and made the modular frame factory. It was really easy. Now all I need to do is go do the steel beams. The only way to get steel is with coal and iron. I wanted my steel factory kind of close to my power plant, so I climbed the mountain hoping that there was coal up here. Unfortunately, I did not know that there was spiders at the top. Oh my god! Go away! Why are you huge? No! That would be my first time dying in this game. And also, a very good warning not to go to that weird forest. I'm staying away from that. That is just a big no. Since the spiders wouldn't let me go into their territory, I just kind of had to deal with the singular node of coal that was right next to my steel production. And funny enough, the game tells you whenever you've been playing for 2 hours. So that's a lovely warning to know that you haven't done anything for 2 hours. Almost 3 a.m. It's just almost, you know. I don't even know how they do it. But they keep on getting on top of my factories. And they won't leave me alone. They just keep on teleporting here, man. After piping the steel over to the base, I turned them into steel beams and ran them into the assemblers. We could finally start doing the versatile frameworks. That's all because I lack coal. I wasn't too happy with how the steel production was going, so I went exploring, looking for some more coal nodes. What is that thing? Oh no. Oh hell no. Oh my god. It's shooting stuff at me. While I was running away from the beast, I noticed some wreckage up on a little ledge by the mountainside. Oh, finally. What do we got? Rubber. Circuit boards. 121 steel. After looking around a little bit, I found what looks to be a capsule. Although, you can't open it without powering it first. I would need to run a line over here just to open. While I was here though, I found a pure coal node. This is so useful. It nearly tripled my steel production. I slapped down a miner and immediately ran it back to the base. Oh, just barely. After hooking up everything, it was more so just a waiting game. Waiting until the factory finished setting up phase 2, and then I could go on to the next assembly. Oh, and remember that wreckage? I forgot to record it, but I
shoot.
went and powered it, and it gave me an alternative
Hard
recipe.
drive
I got to choose
analysis
between
completed.
steel rods and iron
Alternative
ingots.
recipe selection available
I
in the map.
chose the steel rods.
I can use this for something. Oh yeah.
After waiting what felt like an eternity, the versatile frameworks were finally done. I only needed to do one more part of phase 2, and it would be done. And just like last time, I deleted everything, because I don't like clutter. But I got ready for the next step of phase 2. I of course left the reinforced plating, because I don't feel like making that again. Here we go again, automated wiring. Take wire, steel pipes, combine those into stators, you add cables, and then boom, automated wiring. I got straight to it by switching my steel beams over to steel pipes. I just had to change the recipe. Then I started working on the copper wire factory. And honestly, it just turned out amazingly. I love how satisfying these lines are. And in between, while I was working on building the automated wiring, I went ahead and just did a few milestones. I got advanced steel production done, as well as logistics Mark III, because those fast track conveyor belts are awesome. I'd finally finished prepping the automated wiring. It was time to just hook it up and then let it run out. This milestone was a little more important than the other ones. It let me unlock blueprints, which would be so useful in the future whenever I need to just pay something. With this last automated wire, we have finished phase 2. Yes. Alright. Let me get back a little bit. Well, y'all have made it to the end of the video. I want to thank you for watching, as this is my first ever video on YouTube. So if you want to critique or tell me anything y'all want to see more of or less of, I'd be happy to listen. I'll read all the comments, I promise. Next video will be getting through more of the phases, expanding out of the little starting area I'm in. If you want more Satisfactory, just make sure to like the video and I'll start doing it more. And with that said, I'll see y'all in the next video, everyone. Peace.